Hi dear viewers, welcome to our channel Scimath Academy. Do you want to learn the fastest and the most practical ways to find the HCF and LCM? In today's lesson, I shall teach you the division method with step-by-step guidance and powerful example. You will never confuse when finding HCF or LCM. To find HCF and LCM, we will use the division method for it. So the division method is very easy as compared to the factorization method or the listing method. It doesn't require a lot of time or a lot of steps to find HCF or LCM. So the procedure for the division method contains some steps. In the first step, we have to divide the larger number by the smaller number. And second step, divide the previous divisor by the remainder. And third step, repeat the process until the remainder is 0. For example, if we want to find the HCF of 18 and 48, then according to these steps, first of all, we have to divide 48, which is a larger number, by 18, which is a smaller number. So we will divide 48 by 18. So 18 times 2 is 36. Subtract 36 from 48, the remainder is 12. Here we see that 12 is the remainder and 18 is the first divisor. So we will divide the first divisor 18 by 12, the remainder of the first step. So how many times does 12 goes into 18? So 12 times 1 is 12, the remainder is 6. Now this is the remainder of the second step and 12 is the divisor of the first step. So we will bring 12 here and divide 12 by the remainder of the second step. Now how many times does 6 goes into 12? So 6 times 2 is 12, the remainder is 0, right? So the HCF of 18 and 48 is 6. Because 6 is the last divisor for the division of 48 and 18. So we see that 6 is the HCF of 48 and 18. Now in this second example, we have to find out the HCF of 105 and 60. Now 105 is larger number and 60 is smaller number. So we will divide 105 by 60. Now how many times does 60 goes into 105? So 60 times 1 is 60, the remainder is 45. Now we will divide the divisor 60 by 45. Write 60 here and divide it by 45. So 45 times 1 is 45, the remainder is 15. Now divide the 45, which is the remainder of step 1, by 15, which is the remainder of step 2. So we will divide 45 by 15. So how many times does 15 goes into 45? So 15 times 3 is 45, the remainder is 0. Now here we say that the last divisor is 15 and the last divisor is the HCF. So our HCF is 15. The divisor of 105 and 60 is equal to 15. Now, in the third example, we have to find out the HCF of three numbers, just like 45, 90, and 120. So, first of all, we will find HCF of any two numbers and then we will divide the third number by the HCF of these two numbers, right? So, first of all, we will find the HCF of 45 and 120. So, we will divide the larger number 120 by 45. So, 45 times 2 is 90, the remainder is 30. Now we will divide 45, which is the divisor of the first step, by the remainder of the first step, which is 30. So we will divide 45 by 30 times 1 is 30, the remainder is 15. Now we will divide the 30 by 15. So bring the 30 here and divide the 30 by 15. So 15 times 2 is 30, the remainder is 0. Now here we see that we have a divisor of 15 of 120 and 45. It means that 15 is a highest common factor or HCF of 45 and 120. So the HCF of 120 and 45 is 15. Now we are gonna looking for the HCF of 90. So we will divide 90 by the HCF of these two numbers 45 and 120. So we will divide 90 by 15. Now how many times does 15 goes into 90? So 15 times 6 is 90. Subtract the 90 from the 90, the remainder is 0. Now here we see that the HCF of the three numbers 45, 90 and 120 is equal to 15. Now dear viewer, can you find the HCF of 30, 60 and 90? comment the HCF of these three numbers, whether the HCF of these numbers is 30, 15 or 5. Now dear viewer, I am gonna teach you the method to find the LCM by division method. This procedure also contains some steps. So first of all, we have to write the numbers and rows. Then, and second step, we have to divide these numbers by common prime numbers. And step 3, we have to keep dividing and writing the result and rows even only when only one number is divisible. And step 4, when all the remaining number become 1, multiply all the divisor, that is your LCM. For example, I am gonna find out the LCM of 12 and 18. Then, according to this rule and step 1, I have to write the number and rows just like I have written 12 and 18. Then, according to the second step, I have to divide these two numbers by a common number or a common prime factor, which is 2. So, I will divide 12 and 18 by 2. So 12 divided by 2 as 6 and 18 divided by 2 as 9. No, 6 is divisible by 2 while 9 is not divisible by 2. So 6 divided by 2 as 3, and we will bring down the 9 here as same because 9 is not divisible by 2. Now 3 and 9 are divisible by 3. So 3 divided by 3 as 1 and 9 divided by 3 as 3. Now again 3 is divisible by 3 and 1 is not divisible by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1 and 1 will bring down 1 is same. Now these are the prime numbers and I have to multiply these numbers to get the LCM. So whenever I want to find the LCM, I have to multiply these numbers. So the LCM is equal to 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. So 2 times 2 times 3 times 3, which is equal to 36. So the LCM of 12 and 18 is equal to 36. And now here is another example in which we have to find the LCM of three numbers 8, 12 and 18. So again we will write these numbers and rows and we will divide these numbers by common divisor, which is 2. 8 divided by 2 as 4, 12 divided by 2 as 6 and 18 divided by 2 as 9. No, again we will divide these numbers by a common divisor, which is 2. So 4 divided by 2 as 2, 6 divided by 2 as 3 and 9 cannot be divided by 2. So we will bring down 9 as same. Now out of 2, 3 and 9, 2 is divisible by 2, so we will divide 2 by 2, which is equal to 1 and bring down 3 and 9 as same. Now out of 1, 3 and 9, 3 and 9 are divisible by 3, so we will bring down 1 as same and divide 3 and 9 by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1 and 9 divided by 3 is 3. No, out of 1, 1 and 3. 3 is divisible by 3, so we will divide 3 by 3, which is equal to 1 and bring down 1 and 1 is same. Now these are the prime number that are the factor of these numbers. So to find the LCM of 8, 12 and 18, we have to multiply all these prime numbers. So the LCM of 8, 12 and 18 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3, which is equal to 72. So the LCM of 8, 12 and 18 is equal to 72. Now 72 is a number that is divisible by 8, 12 and 18 simultaneously. So dear viewer, if you have learned the method for finding the LCM of 2 or more numbers, then you comment the LCM of 16 and 8, whether it is 18, 32 or 16. So comment any one of the option in the comment box and comment your review in the comment section. There is a shortcut for finding the LCM and HCF. So dear viewer, the HCF times LCM is equal to A times B. If A and B are two numbers, then the product of their LCM is equal to the product of their numbers. Summary for the LCM and HCF is that HCF contains the repeated division till 0 and the end. We have to get the 0 at the end and we have to do the repeated division until we get the 0 at the end. In LCM, we have to divide all the numbers by prime numbers, and HCF, the last divisor before 1 is the HCF, but in LCM, multiply all the divisors to get the LCM. HCF is used for two numbers, while LCM division method is used for 2 or more numbers. So dear viewer, if you have liked the video and enjoyed the video and got some information from this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more such interesting videos.